you defamed a child, and then you had to settle out of court to pay this child for distorting information about this young individual.
Hey, this guy is a joke. The KKK came out last week and endorsed Biden, but have you heard it on his channel? Not a word about it.
Fiery, but mostly peaceful protest. Yeah, you laugh there, Humpty Dumpty. We all know you're not reliable. You're nothing but a stooge.
We'll let you go there, Donald.
If anything that's happening at CNN and anybody who buys your book, it's really just one of those things that is dividing our nation. And I don't believe in dividing our nation. It hurts our great nation. And so CNN is really the enemy of the truth. And that's my opinion.
From the minute he walked down the elevator, they started in on Trump supporters being racist. Well, let me tell you, I am not a racist.
80% believed in the media in 1970, and now 20% does, so 80% doesn't. And you guys always talk about how many times Trump has lied. I've calculated that I think with your chyrons, with, I don't know if there's any journalists left at CNN, but I know that, if I were to estimate about 300 different, distortions or misinformation that we get out of CNN, and you have to watch them in the airport, which is harsh. If you added all that up to 46 months, it comes out to be 300,000 plus distortions of truth.
The fake Russian hoax. Well, why don't you do a book on that? Well, what are you? You're selling a book. You're up on TV. That's all you're there for. This isn't news. I don't need to see. If you want to sell your book, put some airtime up. Pay for it. I don't need to look at that. That's not. This is not news to me.
Watching the RNC the other night, and the other channels are laughing and joking about stuff. I just don't think they're true. CNN's true anymore.
I'm afraid right now to take my MAGA hat and wear it out because of the violence in this nation.
Okay.
And that's the situation we face.
All right, Paul, we'll let you go there. Hear from Brian Stelter.
I would just say we're not a violent nation. I would suggest that everything we are saying is fact-checkable and Googleable and searchable. And certainly if you hear something we say and you think we're not sticking to the facts, let us know. But I think it is important when there's a president who is so frequently dishonest with the public. We have to spend a lot of our time pointing that out, calling it out, and explaining what is true. I know that you're not the only person that feels this way. There has been a process of radicalization that's happened in this country with media bashing that is absolutely unprecedented. I think everybody trusts some form of media. It's just that what's happened in the past few decades is we don't trust the same form. So some people trust CNN, others trust Fox News. And I think what's exacerbated this phenomenon is a daily dose of media bashing on Fox.
He called you Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty. Isn't that funny?
Yes.
Yeah, Hannity started calling me Humpty Dumpty years ago. I don't know where it came from. It's kind of funny. I think the idea is that Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, so I guess he's waiting for me to have a great fall, or maybe it has something to do with this egg shape on the top of my head. It is notable how the insults used on Fox get used in my Facebook feed, my Twitter feed. It does go to show the power that these stars have to shape public opinion. And I think that CNN banner that the caller mentioned that said that there were fiery but mostly peaceful protests, that banner was probably a mistake. I don't know who wrote it, probably a young producer who's trying their best under deadline in a breaking news situation. But I think it's probably, that kind of thing becomes easily criticized and probably not the right banner to put on screen. I think it's important that none of us paint with a broad brush. Instead, we paint with really narrow brushes. And so I'm really careful, for example, never to say that all Trump supporters are racist. How in the world could anyone possibly make that claim? Instead, what we should do is look at the research, look at the science, look at the studies that have shown a connection between racial resentment and support for Trump. That does not mean all supporters are racist. In fact, it means very far from that.